Apologize, everyone, for the loss of the feed there, but we are back again. Post-game show. Marvin is on. Mike Molino, picking up where I left off before we got interrupted there. I was speaking on the fact that this offense, the weapons, slowly but surely, hopefully, will be getting back to full strength. Sanu should be back and dealing with a little ankle injury. Dorsett's injury was concussion. Hopefully he can get through the protocol and be good to go sooner rather than later. And then again, you continue to get guys like Myers and Harry comfortable. And this is a team you have to work with. Brady, also another factor that you add into it. Isaiah Wynn was back.
Yes.
And I know people want to talk about Isaiah Wynn being back. Sure. Here's my thing with Isaiah Wynn. I didn't see much of a difference personally in terms of protection. Brady still got beat up a little bit. Was it as bad as was it Newhouse out there consistently? No. Brady still got hit a few times today.
It was better, especially from the blind side. You can definitely see the difference with Isaiah Wynn in there compared to Newhouse. Yes, the rush still got to Brady. There was times Brady, I think, held on to the ball a little too long. Should have got rid of it. The inside hasn't been great. I mean, offensive line in general hasn't been great. Obviously, we pick on Newhouse because he's just atrocious and he's really bad. But when it was going to help, and I think he did help tonight.
Yeah, well, you're hoping that Wynn can come back and add some stability to that side. You don't want to see Newhouse in there that much, if at all. Come in rotations a few times here and there, maybe goal line situations. But for the most part, you're hoping that Wynn, will stay healthy. He'll be out there and be able to protect Brady and possibly help with this running game a little bit. And speaking of the running game
was better.
Much better from the running game. In particular, Sony Michel tonight, 20 carries for 85 yards. And he pretty much stat lines mirror what Ezekiel Elliott did for the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott finished with 21 carries for 86 yards. So, if you can have a stat line where you can mirror Ezekiel Elliott, who is one of the leading rushers in the NFL, one of the top running backs in the league, you can't really complain about that. And early on in the game, they were going to Sony Michel to get things going.
And he delivered early in the game, moving the chains. Unfortunately, things got stuttered right in the midfield where Patriots, when the Patriots needed to throw the ball, they were not able to convert, which hurt the running game as well because Sony Michel was going. If you could have got a couple more passes in and really got this offense going, then you would have been fine. Then you would have scored more than 13 points. Ryan Mooney asked, did the Patriots win this game or did the Cowboys stupidity lose it? If Cowboys were a little more disciplined and the Patriots offense is struggling like this, then hey, who knows how this game could have turned out. But then again, you look at how the Patriots defense and how well it played and how well it was able to contain Ezekiel Elliott, how well it was able to contain these wide receivers. I would have to say the former, that the Patriots won this game because of how they played defensively. Mentioned, like Kellen Boyce just said, Gilmore being the best defensive back. The linebackers being all over the place. Jamie Collins, he's been quiet the past few weeks.
10 tackles wasn't quiet today.
This week, he stepped up and he was all over the field. Van Noy all over the field. The special teams, once again, you get another block from the special teams.
Who got the block, Marv?
Who got the block? I don't remember who got the block.
You want to know who got the block?
Who blocked the kick?
Who blocked the kick?
Who?
You want to know?
Who?
Yes.
I don't remember.
The best special team player of all time.
Adam Vinatieri?
No. Sorry. The best special team player who is currently in the league right now.
Okay.
Who got it? Say his name.
I don't remember.
Say his name.
I don't remember.
When we here on the postgame show.
Oh my God.
And we live on YouTube. Better say his name. Matthew Slater.
Yes.
Big play.
Yes, he made a big play.
Continues to make big plays.
Special teams has been playing well. And another week where you get a block and you were able to convert a touchdown to N'Keal Harry, which was amazing because that was the only time you were able to score in this game. So shout out to the special teams.
Say his name. I'm
giving a shout out to the special team unit.
When we live on YouTube.
Oh, Lord.
Got plenty of people watching.
Came to click on this link to hear you say.
You're right. You're right. I'm so sorry. Let's get back to business. Overall, yes. Special teams, defense, they all had it rolling today to hold down this Cowboys team for sure.
I like a question Killing Boys asked,
What's that?
because I brought this up last week. Is Gilmore Defensive Player of the Year? I said,
Ooh, that's a good question.
Gilmore should be in the talks. I know he won't be, but he should be in the talks of MVP this year. You have a team with the best record. Someone needs to represent you in the MVP conversation. You don't want to put anyone in the offense. I get it. Brady's not an MVP conversation. No one on the offense is. But you talk about this defense. We say this defense is historic. This defense is shutting teams down. Who's the leader of this defense? It's Stephon Gilmore. The best player on this defense is Stephon Gilmore.
This game right here.
Like, come on. He needs to be in the talks right now of Defensive Player of the Year.
All right. Let me see what other matchups.
He just shut down
That's huge.
Amari Cooper.
It's huge. Trust
Zero
me.
receptions.
That is huge. Coming up for the rest of the season, let's see other matchups he'll have to prove himself. He's gonna have to take on DeAndre Hopkins next week. Big matchup.
And the Patriots have faced DeAndre Hopkins many times now.
That's a big matchup to make his case once again. After that, the Chiefs. Nobody really, not a big threat over there that he's gonna have to. Oh, they have options.
Sammy Watkins most likely.
Okay, but Sammy Watkins isn't a DeAndre Hopkins. Moving on from there, he's gonna take on the Bills. There's no big time play over there at wide receiver. Bengals. Sorry, I skipped the Bengals. No big time play over there. And then you end the season off with the Dolphins.
No. So Gilmore, there needs to be a talk. The only reason Gilmore is not gonna have this Defensive Player of the Year awards up, media doesn't talk about Gilmore.
No.
You need a push. You need someone on the media to be like, yo, Stephon Gilmore's Defensive Player of the Year, and then all of a sudden the chatter starts to get there. Like, just for example, I know we're going off board, but Boston Celtics, Marcus Smart, Doris Burke went on ESPN and is like, yo, we should really start thinking about Marcus Smart being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And all of a sudden, when I go on Twitter and everything, Marcus Smart, Defensive Player of the Year. Marcus Smart should be Defensive Player of the Year. That wasn't a talk, but you had someone in the media go out and put that in the atmosphere for it to be talked about. And when you talk about the Patriots, people don't like to think of individual players as elite. They like to think of it as a system. That's what's going to hurt.
What if Stephon Gilmore was a player in personality-wise similar to Jalen Ramsey or
that's another that's
Richard
perfect.
Sherman. If he had that type of personality where he was having games like this, and after the game, they had the post-game interviews, and he was boasting and cocky and saying, I'm shut down. No one's getting nothing past me. If he had that type of personality, would you even need the media to start saying something? Or because he would be talking, would that give him enough push to go along with these stats that he continues to put up and these performances? Would that get him enough light viewed on what he's doing so far this year?
Listen, anytime you go out and you start talking into the media and you really start self-promoting yourself, people are going to look. The media likes that, and they'll start to talk about you more. Gilmore's not that guy. Gilmore is very reserved. He lets his play do the talking. Sometimes your play doing the talking is not enough. Sometimes you need to talk to get the shoe deals, to get the commercials and things like that, because that's what people are attracted to. They like that type of things. And Gilmore will never be that guy. His play will only do the talking, and only the real will say who should be Defensive Player of the Year, and it's got to be Gilmore. We got some comments in here.
Shout out to our boy Nick. Coming in first time, long time.
Oh, my goodness.
First time, long time from my guy, Nick, talking about Isaiah Wynn being in full effect tonight, helping out Sony Michel running on the left side. Yeah, I said that earlier. He can also be there to help out in the run game as well. He is obviously several notches up from Newhouse on that left side. So it is huge having Isaiah Wynn there, for sure.
I mean, anybody,
Excuse me.
Anybody is better than Newhouse on the left side. We got Eric here saying Gil talking about Gilmore as well. Rock fight. All Jason Garrett's fault. 2 weeks now. But so sorry. What do you say here? Against the Vikings, and they were running well against the Patriots. Yeah, that was another thing that didn't really make sense to me. There was a point where they just needed 1 yard to complete the first down, and they pulled the Seattle Seahawks pretty much and threw the ball. And you have Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but when teams face the Patriots, they overthink too much. They want to outmatch or outthink Bill Belichick and do something that's outside of the norm. You're able to run against the Patriots team. Everyone knows, as great as this defense is, if there's one thing that they're not
can't completely shut down the run.
Yeah, they can't completely shut down the run. You have a great offensive line. You have Ezekiel Elliott. You need 1 yard to possibly try and beat the Patriots. Why the hell are you throwing the ball? What are you doing?
You know, they just try, like you said, to try to outsmart the Patriots. Think they can do something, they'll catch them off guard, but it's never easy to catch Bill Belichick and the Patriots off guard. It's never easy at all. Excuse me.
Clifton saying Jamie Collins deserves some Defensive Player of the Year hype, Marv.
He's having a hell of a season.
He's having a great season.
Comeback Player of the Year award.
He's having a great season.
That's a guy who can be in the running for that, for sure.
But like I said earlier, there's been games where Jamie Collins has been quiet. You know, this is a great bounce back game from him from a couple of weeks now. But I wouldn't say Defensive Player of the Year. Early in the year, yeah, when he was getting all those fumble recoveries and touchdowns, of course. But let's slow down a little bit on that.
So, trying to see here some Jamie Collins stats compared to last year. He already has more sacks, already has more fumbles, already has more interceptions than he had all of last year with the Browns. He's improved. He's come back older, more mature, more disciplined. And he's definitely another huge reason why this defense is as successful as it's been throughout the course of the season, for sure. But yeah, man, you know, going back to what I said before, Patriots were going through this stretch of games where they're facing teams that I felt were challenging. In my opinion, looking at this from the start of the season, before the season got underway, I said from the Browns moving forward, it was going to be a tough challenge. I said the Browns, Ravens, Eagles, Cowboys, Texans, Chiefs. Those 6 teams were going to be a test. Now let's take a look here. You took care of the Browns. You lost to the Ravens, but you took care of the Eagles and Cowboys. They're 3-1 right now in that stretch. The Texans, I don't think they pose a threat. You saw what the Ravens just did to them last week.
Where's the game?
The game is going to be in Houston too. I don't even think that matters.
Okay.
I think
you're overlooking.
I think Patriots have the Texans' numbers in New England, in Houston.
Even with this
they can play at the
offense
park down the street, don't matter.
Even with this offense not being up to par, only scoring 13 points against the Dallas Cowboys, you don't think the Texans can make things ugly as every other team has been doing these past couple of weeks? It hasn't mattered what opponent you faced.
That is true.
You still have not been able to score. Doesn't matter if you face the ball. Doesn't matter if you face an elite team.
I also believe in that game, which is a Sunday night game, I believe. I also believe you'll have Sanu back. You'll have Brissett back to go along with Edelman, who's been out there. And again, Jacoby Myers is starting to get more confidence, as well as N'Keal Harry. So I believe in that game, you'll have everybody available in terms of wide receivers.
I'm just saying, let's not just overlook the Texans just because of the offense hasn't been rolling well. The defense has been amazing, and we can say yes, Patriots should beat the Houston Texans, of course. But then again, hey, Patriots need to have a lot of work to do on this offense.
Okay, now you get through possibly the Texans, you take on the Chiefs. How do you feel about the Chiefs? They have Mahomes back. I don't know Tyreek Hill's status. But for the most part, that offense can still get things done as long as Mahomes is back there slinging. But again, I also believe the Patriots have shown that they know how to handle the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the
And it's
same.
not the same defense as well.
It's not the same Chiefs team, right? Offensively, if Tyreek Hill is still there, they're still dynamic. But one thing about the Chiefs that a lot of people don't talk about that really changed was when they lost Kareem Hunt last year. When they lost Kareem Hunt, that offense was a lot different. You can stop a Damian Williams. You're not afraid of LaShawn McCoy if when he's healthy out there. Tyreek Hill's a problem, of course. Patrick Mahomes can make things happen. But this with the defense you have this year,
Yeah, it's different.
you can combat that.
Yeah.
And then when the Chiefs, you lose a guy like D Ford on your defense. You know, Chiefs were bad last year defensively, but they led the league, or they were in top 3 in the league in sacks. You lose a guy in D Ford, now you don't sack. You can't do anything defensively. You lose to teams like the Tennessee Titans. Patriots should be able to pick apart the Kansas City Chiefs. If they are not able to score 20 points against the Kansas City Chiefs, I will start being concerned going into the playoffs. They should be able to score points.
Hey, we're gonna have to see. I believe that as well. And I think that game is in New England. That game is in New England as well. So Patriots will have everything on their side in terms of home field advantage, as well as having a better defense, as well as understanding who they're dealing with in Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, we got Mac. We got
I've seen a lot of questions
here. A lot
here.
of people with questions.
We can't get to all of them. We'll try to get to as many as possible for sure.
Ryan Mooney talking about what are our thoughts on Bailey and Falk?
First, it's just been a weird, especially the kicker, not the punter, the kicker. It's just been a weird season for the Patriots and their kicker this year. An up and down situation. Gostkowski to Nugent to Falk. You just gotta. They're making the most out of the situation.
Yeah, and if we're talking specifically this game, right? Bailey has been incredible all year. I mean, the stats show it. He was been AFC Player of the Week for two weeks now. The conditions really stopped him. He overkicked some of his punts, and it got sailed to the end zone. That's going to happen. I'd rather that than have really short punts. Falk, the two field goals that he missed, one of them, there was the penalty that happened and it got pushed back from a 41-yarder to a 46-yarder. Once again, the wind sailed it, took it away. The other one, the Patriots didn't really. It seemed like, hey, we're just gonna kick in and hope for the best. 48 yards. If it goes in, great. If not, we get the ball back going into the second half. So I wasn't really too concerned about either parts in that special team, the kicking game and the punting game.
One last question comment that I want to mention that I saw was the fact that someone, I forgot where it was, Samuel William Wilkinson talked about the drops tonight. You got to understand it was raining, it was wet out there. Drops will happen in games like that where the conditions are tough. But also at the same time, you are dealing with two rookies in Jacoby Myers and N'Keal Harry on top of Edelman, who for some reason this year it's just been very tough for him. Marvin spoke on it a couple of times. But those are two things right there that play into the part of guys dropping balls tonight, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Edelman's not right. Edelman's hurt. He's got like a shoulder injury. He's got a chest injury, the ribs injury. You can see it when he goes down. He favors either his shoulder or down to his ribs. Edelman is not right now. It looked like he couldn't really stretch out for some of the drops he had. It looked like he couldn't fully extend his arm and reach and grab the ball there. That's what I'm just noticing through him. He's not healthy, and there's no more bye weeks unless until you finish out this season and get one, hopefully in the playoffs.
I wouldn't be surprised if it gets close to the end of the season and they possibly get the number 1 seed locked up with a couple of games left. If it gets to that, I wouldn't be surprised if Edelman got a week off. Wouldn't shock me because he's going to be vital to this team in the postseason.
So Eric says, Marv, you're not concerned about the kicking game. You serious? Let me rephrase. I wasn't upset about the kicking game today. With the conditions and what I saw with Falk missing, I wasn't too upset about that. Windy conditions, 45 plus yards. It was tough tonight. Yes, overall, throughout the season going further, We haven't seen enough from Falk yet to be like, okay, I'm satisfied for what he's doing. But I was just speaking of tonight's game. I wasn't too concerned about him missing those kicks.
So I like where Clifton is going because that's the exact same direction I wanted to head into.
Clifton said, "Stop talking."
Enough of that chit chat. Let's get into the stars and sorries of the game. Once again, drop your stars and sorries in the comments. But we're going to kick it off with the stars of the game for sure. And our guy Clifton started off exactly where I was going as well. Stephon Gilmore. All you have to do is look at the box scores, find Amari Cooper's name, and see the numbers next to his name. It's going to be a lot of zeros because he did not do anything. He was shut down. He was non-existent. He wasn't a factor, courtesy of one Stephon Gilmore. So for that, he absolutely, without a doubt, gets a star of the game from me.
That's easy.
For sure.
That's easy. Like I said right now, I'm saying it. I said it last week. I'm going to say it again. Stephon Gilmore is the defensive player of the year. Definitely a star. Amari Cooper shut down. It doesn't get more beautiful than that, man.
Another guy who our guy Isaiah Tapuso is saying is a star of the game. Sony Michel. Solid running game from him again. I think he had 20 carries for 85 yards. Yes, 20 carries for 85 yards. He definitely got it going early on the game. And once again, like I said, he mirrored Ezekiel Elliott's stats. Not saying these stats, jump off the chart or something amazing, but I mean, he kept right up pace with what Ezekiel Elliott was doing. And this is the guy, Ezekiel Elliott, who we know is one of the top running backs in the league. But Sony Michel held his own and had a great game as well. And some of that can be courtesy of another guy who I'm seeing popping up as a star, Isaiah Wynn, helping out on that left side. Obviously, it's his first game back, getting comfortable to game action and whatnot. But I believe, again, as he continues to get comfortable, he'll solidify that left side more than what the Patriots had there before with Newhouse.
Yeah, all of those are deservingly stars of the game. I have to give it to N'Keal Harry as well. I mean, we needed a play. You needed a play. Brady threw it out there for him to make a play for that touchdown, turnaround grab. That's something that's a glimpse of what we believe that N'Keal Harry can be. When you have a full lineup with Sanu, with Dorsett, with Edelman, I think more of those will be available for N'Keal Harry to expose the defense with. So I love that play specifically.
One quick shout out again for our guy Matthew Slater with the block. Say his name, Marv.
Special teams.
No, his name's not special teams. Say the man's name.
Special teams.
He's not named special teams. His mama named him Matthew. I'm going to call him Matthew.
That's great. He's part of what? The special teams.
Oh, my goodness. So, anyways, when there's the good,
there's the bad.
And when you're bad on this show right here, we tell you, sorry. So, I'm going to kick it off. Again, drop your sorries if you have them. We just talked about Stephon Gilmore.
Yes.
The guy on the opposite side of that. A guy who's getting busy with his stats. He has about over 800 yards on the season, receiving yards, over 50 catches on the year. I think he has about 7 touchdown receptions on the year. Amari Cooper's having a hell of a season. Amari Cooper's one guy that's giving me headaches in fantasy football because he's had a season where he done absolutely nothing.
Right.
But this year, if you have Amari Cooper on your fantasy team, you're a very happy guy.
Ever since he's got traded teams.
Yes. He's been a very productive player. But today, he was shut down. I said shot. He was shut down.
It looked like he got shot.
Courtesy of the Gilly lock. Stephon Gilmore shut him down, and this guy put up donuts across the board. Amari Cooper, we have to give you a big fat sorry for your non-existent performance.
Yeah, I'm going to give quick honorable mention to some of the people you guys are saying right now. A lot of y'all saying Dak. You know what I'm saying? All hype. Someone said Jason Garrett. Coach clap because
all he does is clap.
Great
job, great effort.
Hey,
great job, great effort.
I tell you, Garrett gotta be dating or married to someone in the Jones family because the way he still has a job right now,
it's perplexing.
It's real wild,
mind-boggling.
And now going into my sorry to the whole Dallas Cowboys, you're 6-5. This team is promising as hell. You have a
Talk to me.
great offense, a decent defense,
Yeah.
but who have you beaten? Actually, let's look at who you've lost to. If you got to be a contender in the NFL here. So you beat the Giants, of course, as you should. Redskins, as you should. Dolphins, as you should. So they started off 3-0, smacking teams. Blah, blah, blah. You lose to the Saints. That's a contender you lost to. You lose to the Packers, another contender. Wait a minute. Then you lose to who? The Jets. Bad
That's a
loss.
sorry right there.
Bad loss. You beat to the Eagles. We see what the Eagles are. You beat the Giants again. Another contender, the Vikings, you lost to. Now you face the Patriots and you lose to the Patriots. Every single contender that they have faced, they have lost to. This team, we used to have a segment on one of our shows, Mike, called Contenders versus Pretenders.
Oh yeah,
Dallas Cowboys are pretenders.
to the maximum.
So on this show, when you are a pretender, we don't like that over here. So we give you a big fat old sorry.
Yeah, you know that's who I got for sure. That's who Marv has. But let's get ready to wrap things up here.
Oh yeah, man.
You know,
it's a nice week. It's a nice week coming up here.
nice week. For those of you out there who celebrate Thanksgiving, please make it a wonderful one spent with all the people and things that you are thankful for. Enjoy. I want to say for sure, make sure you check Marv and I out on the Patriots Roundtable that we do with our guy Nick. Also want to check us out with the Double M Show, a video out right here on this network. You know, Marv and I gave our reactions to Popeye's chicken sandwich versus the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
You do not want to miss that.
If you get a chance after you're done watching this post-game video, scroll through CLNS Media's videos and find our Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A sandwich video and get yourself a good laugh from that. And yeah, any final thoughts here, Mark, before we get ready to go?
It's Thanksgiving, man. Just want to say I'm thankful for everybody who continues. We're starting to see reoccurring names on this chat list, man.
Yeah.
And that warms my heart. That makes me feel good to see the fact that you guys are coming in and week out to just come hang out with us, come talk football with us, you know, whether it's the good, bad, or the ugly. So we appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody again. Wishing you guys a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
wherever you are with your family, friends, and loved ones. Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a great night. We will see you next week.